So if you've been watching on a previous episode, we've talked about how to set up your business entity. Then we gave you free resources. Go back to any of those videos. We're always going to have links. So videos or podcasts, by the way, because people like to listen to us instead of watch us. We're kind of taking you on how to handle your business. We're not just taking bits and pieces of saying, do this, do that, and then not tell you about the other part. So our previous episode, we talked about like an introduction to business credit. So if you got nothing out of that episode, I hope that you get this. Pay your bills on time. So this week, we're going to just give a quick review of the type of loans that you can get being a business. Now, some people think, oh, I don't really have a lot of experience in this business, or my credit is not 100%, in the 700s, and they get concerned, which rightfully so. I can understand that. But when you're in a business, you have more things that you can leverage for financing.
Yes.
So one of the first loans that most people know about is going to be the SBA loan. That is a loan that is backed by the Small Business Administration. Now, upfront about this loan, they are going to look at your personal credit. It's going to be a lengthy process because they're going to want a lot of paperwork because this is a loan that is going to be basically backed up by the government. So they are going to make sure that all your T's are crossed and your I's are dotted before they hand out the loan. Okay. Now, there's a lot of pros though with this loan. It has very low interest rates. And when you get to business credit, the interest rate sometimes can be a little astronomical because you don't have the same type of protections that you would have if you were doing it on a personal loan basis. You can use it for many different uses. If it's something you want to use for a cash flow issue, you want to get equipment, you're not limited for what you need it, for what you would use it for. And the one thing that is really nice with it, they have longer repayment terms. So it could really, really, literally be set up like your car loan, where you have a fixed interest rate and you know how much you pay every month. Okay. There's nothing wrong with that in a business. So it's nice to know what your bill is going to be every month. So if you're thinking, you're like, well, I don't know where I am. I may be close to a point where I could be pre-qualified for a small business loan, and you're just not sure where to turn. Here's again where I'm going to talk about our favorite website, nav.com. nav.com has a great resource with their website. Now, their regular profile costs nothing. You go on there, all those things that we talked about before, nothing. But they do have a program for $40 a month where they will basically help guide you to where you need to be so that you can be in the right position to get an SBA loan. Okay. So these are services that you may find other places, but I'm going to tell you that it's not $40 a month. No. Not even close. So if you are searching online, everyone knows they're going to go ahead and Google what we're talking about. You may find people that will say, oh, I can help you get an SBA loan. Just give me $2,000 or $3,000. And unfortunately, they may not even help you. They may not have, they might look at, say, oh, after you paid them the $2,000 and say, you might be okay in 6 or 7 months, maybe. and not even really help to get you there. Whereas nav.com is going to help you get you there, as well as help you to build up your credit, as well as your personal credit, where you can monitor it to see where you are to make sure that you can pre-qualify for something like this. And this is great for if you are, especially if you need like working capital, you need to purchase equipment. Some people also use this if they are in the real estate business, like commercial real estate, like if you want to buy a building or something like that. Or what's also this used for too, you can acquire another business.
There you go. Yeah, we have to talk about that option. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So those things are out there, you know. So an SBA loan is, yes, it's a little bit harder to get, but you have so many different options that you can use it for. So, so if you're not really sure where you stand in that, there's, as I said, this great product with nav.com that you can upgrade your account with them. It's $40 a month, and they will help guide you to get to the point where you can pre-qualify for these small business loans. So the next time is going to be a bank loan. Everybody knows about going to their bank and asking for a loan. All right. Most people are probably going to say, yeah, but I won't get one. So, but what I want to talk about is what we're going to call like a non-traditional bank loans, meaning instead of going to your bank to go get a loan, there are places online that will help you with your business. So one of the places that, and I've actually have used, I can say I've used their product, is Kabbage.com.
Kabbage, yes.
Kabbage.com gives you a line of credit that you can utilize for whatever you need. It's a very simple approval process. It is a lot of uploading your information, such as like some of your accounting information. So if you're using like Intuit products such as like QuickBooks or something like that, you can upload that information so that way they can see what you have coming in and out. I believe you can also upload your bank account so they can see that as well. And they will give you a line of credit. Now, also with Kabbage, let's say that you're not in the situation where you're like, I don't really need a loan, but I offer a service or product that people might need a loan to pay for. Kabbage can work for you that way as well. So your customers could pay with Kabbage, which means you get paid what you're worth, and it's the customer that ends up having to finance with Kabbage to pay for what services or product that you provide. So I really, really think that is a very, very good option for anyone that is running a business or service that's going to really cost some money for the customer. So Kabbage will help you as a merchant and as a business owner, or could do both. You could say, I want to get some money with Kabbage, where I need to have some money lent to me for my business, but also I would like to have Kabbage as an option for my customers so they can pay me what I'm worth. Another option is a website called Fundera. Fundera is a online matching service for your business, where they will match different credit cards or different loan types for your business. So what will happen is you will upload your information like you would normally, apply, and then they will send you, or you will see suggestions for a credit card or a different type of loan platform. So that will help you as well. So Kabbage and Fundera, those are just two options that you can use to help yourself get some business credit, or if you want to, especially with Kabbage, have your customers pay you using Kabbage, especially if you provide something that that may be a little bit cost-wise out of reach for some customers, but you need to retain the value of your services or your products.
It's a good option.
Yeah, Kabbage is a great option. Like I've said, I've used it for myself, and I've also made it available in another business where people could pay me with Kabbage, and it worked well.
Okay.
I got paid quickly, which which I'll tell you, I have no problems with, with being paid by credit. But this way, I think I got a direct deposit within less than 3 days.
That's good.
Yeah. So being that's what happened, I will always tell a person, especially if you have something where you need to keep the value of whatever you're selling, but it might just be something that for some people is out of reach. And I used to sell to people that were just starting in their business. Mm-hmm. So they may not have a couple $1,000s up front to buy products from me, but I'm not going to go lower than what the value is. I'm going to get what my value should be for those products. This was an option for them. So it's a great way to get started in a business if you're just starting and you may not have all the funds available. Kabbage is a great way to go. We'll have our links there for you in our description so that you can go ahead and see what they offer for you. Another way is a merchant cash advance system. Now, this is a way, in my opinion, you have to know what you're doing, because this means that normally your merchant account is getting a cash advance for future sales.
Okay.
So what that means, if you have product that's always flowing, but you need your money a little bit more up front, they're going to take a portion of all of your sales.
A portion of like a percentage?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So they'll take like a percentage of your sales, but you get your money up front. So I would say this would be something where if you're constantly selling, constantly are getting those sales in, that could be an option. That's another option especially for those who might need to might have a store or something like that. You're going to constantly get merchandise coming in and out. So that's a good way to get some merchandise as well. So, but that's another option. So the reason why I talk about that is because everyone thinks everything is traditional.
Right.
And
if they get turned down by the bank, then they're like, oh, I'm stuck. But you have other options.
Exactly. You sure do. You sure do. So, and then the next option I want to talk about is, the reason why I'm talking about this one is because there may be people that are listening or watching us that could be in like either construction or some type of business where they have to invoice. Okay. And that's called invoice factoring or invoice financing. Some places are going to call it factoring. Some places are going to call it financing. So what this is, it's actually, I know more about this because my husband actually did this for a short time period. Okay. He had a contract with a telecommunications company, and work was done for them every day. So it got invoiced every day, and he got paid at the end of the month. Well, he had people working for him, and workers don't work for free. So what he did was he was able to send a copy of his invoices once a week and essentially get a cash advance on it.
Okay.
And he was able to set up like the percentage that he would get. So they would do anywhere between like 50 to 75% of what he was getting an invoice for. And then once he was paid, he was able to pay them back. Now, he actually only did this for a short time period. Now, some people are still, that he's worked with in the past are still living this way. He's not a fan of that, but it can really be helpful because they're actually taking the chance on who your invoice is with.
Okay.
Not really on you, which is nice. So if you have and that's for him, he had a contract with a large telecommunications company. So they knew they had credit.
Right.
Yeah. He really didn't, but they knew he did. They knew that the company did, that he was contracted with. And, they go through their processes, to do all the verification for that. But he was able to make really good with his business. It's now without really having a lot of capital up front. So this may be something for anyone that does like contractor work, especially if you are working with larger companies that, might pay 30 days out, things like that. But you have subcontractors that work for you and they need to get paid.
Right.
They're not waiting for the company to pay the invoice. You got to pay them.
Right.
If you want them to come on the next job.
That's right. They make sure they have their paycheck on Friday.
Okay. Right now, actually, there's an issue going on right now as we speak with Chase Bank. People aren't getting their direct deposits right now.
Oh, I know people are upset.
Ooh, I'm glad I don't work in the banking industry anymore. Because on Friday, 6:00, people are checking their account.
Yeah. Yep. Shoot, Thursday at midnight.
It's funny because when I had a regular 9-to-5 job with my bank, when the direct deposit hits, it just hits. You don't have to wait till the next day, which is really nice.
That is nice.
Like Thursday at like 2, it would be there.
Okay.
Oh, it was great. It was great. And even actually my husband's old job used to do that, but when his company changed hands, don't do that anymore. It's there on Friday. That's okay. Oh, wow. So that's just a couple loan types. Just so that you guys know, there's more than just 1 or 2 loan types. There's a whole gang of different type of loan types that you can get for your business. Don't let financing stop you from doing what you need to do. You can find a person, a place to finance you, even if you don't have what's considered top-notch credit.
Right.
You really can. We were talking about before a couple shows ago, Byron Allen. And he happened to be on the Breakfast Club this week, and he discussed his business because he's out here making $1 billion deals, and he did that with none of his money.
Well, you know what? If you have good relationships with people, and somebody with deep pockets, you can always make out a private loan agreement with somebody, and you can even run that private loan through the bank so that it's, I don't want to say not secured, but it's impersonal. So it's not like that person has to, come and knock on your door. It's all set up through the bank. Right. So there's other options, especially if you are trustworthy and you have a good standing and you've been doing your business for a couple of years. You can always set up private loans. Even in Rich Dad, Poor Dad, that's one of the things Robert Kiyosaki suggests setting up. Like if you're buying real estate, you can set up a loan with the seller So that's how people do those like no money down loans and stuff. You can set up
Right.
private financing. There's more than one way to skin a cat, which I don't know what that means, but but there's more than one way to skin a cat when you need money. And if you really believe in what you're doing, if you're really behind what you're doing, you can transfer that passion to other people and they will get behind you too. If they're going to make money off of it, why not? I would invest in somebody's business. If if I saw the promise in it, I'd go, shoot, I'll give you some money towards it if I know I'm going to get it back plus interest.
Oh yeah.
It's all in how you present yourself and how
Yeah.
you sell yourself, and you have to have confidence.
Yes.
Yeah.
That whole thing about you said presenting yourself, because really, if I look at it, if I'm investing in a business, I'm really not investing in the business. I'm investing in you.
That's right. That's correct.
So even if I'm not really all into what you're doing, but I see the potential.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you need $1,000. Yeah, we're gonna rate ourselves a loan packet out, and we're gonna talk about some other things.
Yep.
Because that business venture could go on to another business venture, and so forth and so forth. So those are just a couple ways. As we said, don't let the no stop you. Yeah. Don't let that stop you. So